Hello, everyone. It's Monday, 30th of May. We're going to do a nice, well-rounded practice. We just did a test of how long we could hold plank. And plank position in the fitness realm, it's considered that you're at a good fitness level if you stay in plank for 2 minutes. So you want to time yourself perhaps at home, how long you can hold plank. Perhaps before you start practicing today or another time this week. And in a month's time, we'll test again and see how well we do. So come onto your hands and knees, everyone. On your mat. And we'll start with a cat-cow. So having your knees hip width, the hands are shoulder width, the fingers are spread gently on the floor. We'll take a deep breath in and curl, look skyward. And then breathe out and round, look to your belly button. And again, curling, breathing in. And rounding, breathing out. Be sure that you synchronize your breath with this movement. One more time. Coming back to a flat back. I want you to reach your arms far out in front of you and let your hips go back. This is called puppy dog pose. So the hips go back and you'll feel a stretch through your arms, armpits, upper back, maybe even into the neck, maybe even into the waist. Lift up the head, walk the hands off the right-hand side of the mat and press the hips back again. This time you'll feel the stretch down the left-hand side of the body. Lift back up, walk your hands off the left-hand side of your mat and press your hips back. Coming back to center, bring your hands back underneath the shoulders. And we're just going to move the wrists a little bit. So turn your hands out to the sides, fingers point out. And then turn your hands so the fingers point toward your knees. Very gently do this. And gently press your hips back. So you'll feel a stretch down into the forearms. Then turn the hands back, pointing out towards the sides. Then forward. Now turn your hands in so the fingers point towards each other. And see how far you can go to get them to point towards the knees. Then bringing them back slowly. Take your right hand, place the back of the hand on the floor or on the mat, and see if you can straighten your right elbow. Just a gentle stretch of the wrist. And release, shake it out a little bit. And let's do the other side. Left hand, back of the hand on the floor, fingers point towards the knees. See if you can straighten the elbow. Very gentle stretch. Shake it out. Hand comes back down. Now let's lift our left knee, left foot on the floor, just next to, in the same line with the right knee. Reach your left hand out in front of you and begin bouncing back and forth. We often start with the right-hand side, and it's kind of nice just to switch it up a bit. All right, bring the hand back down and reach your left leg out to the side. The toes point forward, and again, bounce back and forth. So all of this is getting into the legs, the knees, ankles, inner thigh, as well as the hip. And let's bring the knee back down. Now, take the left knee and cross it behind the right leg. So you have your legs crossed. If this starts to pull on the knee, you can keep the legs uncrossed. And we're just going to bounce back and forth here. You'll feel the legs squeezing against each other. And it's just a different position for the hip, getting it warmed up, getting that hip socket nice and strong. And actually getting it hydrated. We always want our joints to be hydrated. It's when they get dry that we can have some problems. Let's uncross and change sides. Lift up your right knee. Right foot comes down onto the floor next to the left. And again, let's bounce back and forth. Reach your right arm out in front of you, and you can get an even longer lengthening. Then bringing the hand back down, let's stretch the right leg out to the side, toes pointing forward, and bounce back and forth. Then bring the knee back down and lift it to cross it over the left leg. So it comes up and over the calf. So you can get the knee on the floor and just bounce back and forth again. Getting into that hip socket. A little bit the low back here. And uncross to release. Open up your knees, sink down into your hips. Turn your palms of your hands to the sky and bring the forehead down to the floor. And here we're just going to relax and let go. If at any point during our plank you felt your wrist, this is your opportunity to really let go and relax in the wrists. Take some deep, slow breaths. Lift your head looking forward. Bring the palms down now, fingers open. Come up onto the knees, tucking your toes, rise to down dog or crouching cat. The crouching cat will have the knees bent and the hips lifted. Turn your knees and feet to the right and let's bounce it 5 times. 4, 3, 2, 1. We change, turn to the left and bounce it 5, 4, 3, that's good. 2, 1, turn it back forward, open up your feet as wide as your mat and walk your hands back. Fingertips touching the floor. See if you can really spider the hands, lifting up through the palms. Begin bouncing, getting into a deep squat. Hips go down and back. 5, 4, really feel the work in the thighs. Keep the pressure out of the knees by getting the hips back. Lift your hands to your thighs now. Open the chest. Stretch your arms straight and bring your right shoulder forward, looking over your left shoulder behind you. Come back to center and we change. Left shoulder forward. Back to center. Let's change again. Right shoulder. Back to center and change. Left shoulder. One more time each side. Right shoulder forward. Really get into a nice twist. Back to center and left. And back to center. Lift the chest. Keep the knees bent. You're in a little squat. Press your hands into your hips to get the hips back far enough. Lift and open the chest, pulling away from the hips. Raise your arms up diagonally. And let's go. Sink down lower. Coming up. 10 times. 9. Get down to a deep squat. 8. This is so important for the health of your legs, your hips, your back. Be sure there's no straining. It's just the legs working us. 3 more times. Belly is strong. 2 and 1. Come up to standing. Well done. Step your feet in and step to the front edge of your mat. Nice big steps. Feet at hip width. Chest lifted and open. Arms stretched by your sides. So this position, we want to look for a perfect posture. Chest lifted, but the belly is strong, okay? We don't want to just stretch the belly and lift the chest away. We want to lift the whole rib cage. Belly stays strong and flat. Knees are soft. Arms stretched by your sides so you get the triceps in action, and the shoulders widen to the sides. Okay, you don't need to press them back, they just widen. All right, here's where we're going to do our cardio portion. If it's too much, you can slow down. Hands to your heart center. Deep breath in, let's lift. Folding forward, bringing your elbows towards your knees, then bring your hands down to the floor. Step back to a plank position. We're not going to hold the plank as we held the plank in the beginning of class. Instead, bring your knees down, please, and everyone perform a little push-up. Elbows go into the waist and push back up. Coming all the way down, point your toes, lengthen your legs, rise up to a little cobra. Bring your chest back down, push up onto the hands and knees. Woo, tucking your toes under. Let's go for down dog or crouching cat. Raise your right leg up, please. Then bring the right knee out to the side. Then bring it back up behind you and swing the right foot forward. Step the rest of the way forward. Bend your knees low, hands to thighs. Lift to a chair position, arms by the ears. And let's just bounce here. 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing. Release the arms by your sides. Perfect posture. Good. Hands to heart center. Let's go again. Deep breath in. Fold it forward. Elbows come to knees. Stepping back to your plank. Lower your knees down. Keep the belly strong. 1 push-up. All the way down. Pointing your toes, lengthen out, rise to a cobra, and push back. Down dog or crouching cat. Raise your left foot up, press it to the sky. Bend the knee out to the side. Back up behind you. Swinging forward. Get yourself forward, hands to thighs, lift the chest, arms by your ears, and we bounce it. 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing, arms straight and strong. Hands to heart center. Going again. Deep breath in. Fold it forward. Stepping back to a plank. 1 push up. All the way down. Cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Right leg comes up. Push it up. Out to the side. Back up again. Swinging it forward. Hands to thighs to chair. Bounce it. 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing. Perfect posture. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Fold it forward. I'm going to come have a look. Step back to your plank. Good job. 1 push-up. Be sure the head is lifted in your push-up, looking forward. Yes. Good. All the way down. Rise to a cobra, opening the chest, widening the shoulders. Now push back. Down dog or crouching cat. Left leg goes up. Good. Bring it out to the side. Knee stays bent for the moment. That's a taste of what's to come. And then swing it forward. Good. Bend your knees low and coming up into your chair. Beautiful. Bounce it here. 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing. Let's speed it up a little bit. Let's go, ladies. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Fold it forward. Good. All the way into plank and 1 push-up. Moving into it. Push-up. And then all the way down to cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Right leg goes up behind you. Bring it out to the side. Bring it up back behind you. Swing it forward. Let's go. Yes, into chair. Bounce it. 3, 2, 1. Up to standing. Let's go. Hands to heart center. Keep it moving. Deep breath in. Fold it forward. Good. Stepping back to plank. Knees come down. 1 push-up. Breathe deeply. Yes. All the way down. Point your toes to cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Left leg comes up. Bring the knee out to the side. Then back up behind you. Swing it forward. Getting back into the chair. Bounce it. 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing. All right. Take a breather. We're going to add on some variations. If you feel it's going too fast, just slow down. You can go at your own pace. I'm just recommending a fast pace to raise your heart rate. So if your heart rate's already up, you're good. You don't have to go any faster. Hands to heart center, a couple of variations. Let's go. Deep breath in, rise. Fold it forward. Stepping back to the plank. One push up. And then open the hands for a wide push up. Open them wide. Woo! Come all the way down in the wide push up. Point your toes. Bring your hands back in for a cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. All right, here's the fun part. Right leg comes up behind us. When you bring it out to the right, stretch the leg straight. Now slide it under your body. Now stretch it back out to the side. Slide it under your body. Back out to the side. Slide it under. Woo, bring it back up behind you. Swinging forward. Get into the chair and keep your hands at your heart center. Raise your right leg. Knee is bent. Now stretch the leg in front of you. Rebend it. Bring it behind you. Propeller pose. Stretch it out behind you. Rebend. Coming back into chair. Arms by your ears. Bouncing 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing perfect posture. Good, we're adding in a little bit of fun. Make it light, hands to heart center. Let's go, deep breath in. Folding forward. Stepping back to your plank. Knees come down, one push up, elbows in. Step your hands out. Woo, one push up, hands wide. All the way down. Slide your hands in, point your toes to cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Left leg comes up behind you. Here we go. Kick it out to your left and then slide it under your body, kicking it out to the right. Let's go out to the left. Under to the right. One more time. Left and then right. Bring it up behind you. Swing it forward. Knees bend, hands to thighs. Lifting, hands to heart center. Left leg lifts. Stretch the leg out in front of you. Rebend. Send it behind you and stretch it out. Rebend. Back into chair, arms by the ears and bounce it. 3. Stay with it. 2, 1. Woo, hands, arms by your sides. Straighten out the elbows. Good. We're gonna do 2 more rounds. Let's see if we can stick with it. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Fold it forward. Stepping back to plank. 1 push up, elbows in. 1 push up, arms, hands wide. All the way down we go. Point your toes, rise to cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Right leg comes up behind you. Now kick it out to the right. Hup, under your body. Out to the right. Woo! Under the body. Once more, out to the right. Under your body. Bring it behind you. Swing it forward. Let's go. Hands to thighs, coming up into chair. Hands to heart center. Lift the right leg. Stretch it in front of you. Rebend. Send it back. Stretch it back behind. Rebend. Coming back into the chair, arms by your ears. Bouncing 3, 2, 1, all the way up to standing. Last round, ladies, let's go. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Breathing hard, fold it forward. This is great. Stepping back to plank. Almost 20 minutes of cardio, everybody. 1 push-up, elbows go in. Yes, beautiful. All the way down. Yes, now arms wide. 1 push-up. Good. Now bring your hands back into cobra. Push back, down dog or crouching cat. Really good. Left leg presses up. Now kick it out to your left, out, and then under the body. Well done, yes. Out again, under the body. Oh, I'm so proud of you all, that's great. Out again, under the body. Bring it up behind you, swing it forward. Yes, getting into that chair position, hands to heart center. Lift your left leg. Keep the belly strong. Stretch your leg out in front of you. This is all core work. Bend your knee, bring it back behind you, stretch it out behind you, back into the chair. Yes, arms by your ears, bounce it here. 3, 2, 1. Come to a standing position. Excellent. Take a breather, you deserve it. Well done, everybody. Bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knees, just a little bend. Let the hips go back. Now, when your hips go back, feel that your belly is pulling inwards and upwards. We want a really strong base in our core muscles. Bring your hands to your heart center now, and lifting your right foot, shift the weight onto the left leg. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh, and just sink down as low as you feel comfortable, okay? Keeping the hips moving back, the belly really, really tight. Now you're gonna release your right hand onto your right hip. Your left hand comes onto the right knee, and we'll twist to our right. Look to your right. See how far you can go. Look behind you, holding. 3, 2, 1. Look forward, release, uncrossing, and set your foot back down on the floor. Good, good job. Hands to your hips again. We get ourselves in the right position. Knees bend, hips go back. Belly pulls in tightly to keep a strong core. Raise your left leg, cross it over the right. Start with hands at heart center, hold. Get yourself in your proper position. Then the left hand comes to the left hip, right hand onto the left knee, and begin turning your upper body. Keep the hips and the legs in the exact same position as you turn the upper body. Is working the obliques, some of the deep abdominal muscles. Turn your head, hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Look forward, uncross and release. By the way, I just want to mention, when we do these standing postures, be sure that you are still breathing. The breath stays with you. We breathe from the chest and the rib area. You can gently let the upper belly move, but the lower belly stays strong, okay? Strong and pulled tight, like we've got a really tight band around our lower body. Bring your hands once again to your hips. Bend the knees again. And I want you to send your right leg behind you. So you still have that band, everything's strong. Stretch your arms in a V position towards the front of your mat. And keeping the standing leg bent, raise your right leg. You're gonna feel immediately contraction through the glutes, okay? Flex that right foot. Now we're going to bring the heel as close as possible to the glute and then stretch it out 5 times. Here we go. 5. Lift the chest, keep the belly in. 4. This is super work for the back of the leg. 3, 2, 1. Now to release, lift the knee up in front of you. Pull it in. Lower the head, see if you can touch the nose to the knee, and then release. Bring the foot back down. Good. Hands to hips. Bend your knees. Hips move back a bit, but the belly gets pulled in. Stretch your left leg behind you and stretch both arms out in a V position in front. Lift the left leg, flex the foot. Here we go. We're going to bring it up to the glute. And stretch it back out. 5. Feel the back of the leg. 4. Keep the belly strong. 3. Head lifted. Eyes level. 2. 1. Keep your balance and lift the knee up in front of you. Woo! Bring the nose down towards the knee. And release. Good job. Hands to hips. Bend your right knee, bring it out to the side. You're either at the ankle, a little bit higher than the kneecap, or the inner thigh. Raise your arms in a V position. Lift your chest. Let your arms and hands reach skyward towards the sun, keeping your standing leg rooted into the earth. One more deep breath in. Hands to hips. Bring the foot back down. Good job. Change sides. Left knee, ankle, knee, or inner thigh. Raise your arms, stretching skyward. Lift the chest. Lengthen out the sides of the body. Chin lifted. Yes. Belly always strong. 3, 2, 1. Hands to hips. Bravo. Bring your foot back down. Okay. Step back to the front edge of your mat. Hands to heart center. Deep breath. Rise. And then we fold. Elbows come down. Then our hands to the floor. Step back to a plank position. And let's lower ourselves gently to the earth. Knees come down. Chest comes down. And the head on top of the hands. You can move your hips from side to side to relax the low back, relax the hips, and just take some deep, slow breaths here. You just want to let go. Lift up your head, stretch your right arm out in front of you, thumb pointing skyward. Raise your right arm, left leg, and we hold. You can have your head lifted if you want, or you can relax your neck, keeping the head on the hand. Holding here, deep breathing. This is some old school yoga. It's really good for us. Coming back down, relax, and let your hips move from side to side. Good. Left arm, thumb pointing up, raise left arm, right leg, and hold. Let's release. Again, hips move from side to side. Lifting your head. This time, keep your feet well planted into the earth. We're going to reach our arms out in front of us and swim. Bring the arms down by your sides. You'll be able to lift up a little bit higher. Doing it again, bring the hands under the shoulders, reach in front of you, and open wide like you're swimming. Hands come in, reaching in front. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift up a little higher. 2 more times. Reach, swimming, push the air behind you. Once more, arms stretch in front, swimming, bringing them down by your sides. And then the hands come under the forehead. Move the hips from side to side to let go. Good job. Very good. Last position, let's bend our knees, heels touch each other. We're going to do parachute position. So knees are wide, heels touch, arms out to the sides in cactus. Take a deep breath in, lift the head, chest, shoulders, lift the arms and lift your knees as much as possible. Just like you're flying down through the air and towards the earth, through the atmosphere. Keep breathing. Squeeze the glutes tight. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands down. Push onto your hands and knees. Bring your knees forward a bit and open the knees. Walk your hands off the right-hand side of the mat. Press the hips back. Then we'll change, hands off the left-hand side. Press the hips back. Let's release, bring the knees to one side and come to a seated position, knees bent in front of you. Let's roll down onto our backs. And we're going to get into some perineal work. So starting from the hip bridge position, okay? Knees bent. You can press into the floor gently. Now, as we've been working on the perineum for a while, many of you who have followed the perineal workshop with a lady named Sally know this already. You want to start by contracting the anal sphincter, then closing the doors of the vaginal opening, then contracting at the urethra, okay? So it's 3 levels. Let's do this. Back first, doors close, and then urethra close. Breathe out, pull the belly in, and release. Let's do it again. Back, doors close, urethra, breathe out, pull the belly in. Release, one more time. The back, doors close, urethra, breathe out, pull the belly in. And release. Now do the same thing with the hips lifted. Ready? Anal sphincter, the back door, close. The vaginal doors close. Urethra closes. Breathe out and pull up. Release everything. So we're going to do it all at once. Ready? Contract. Breathe out. Pull everything up. And release everything. One more time. Contracting. Breathing out. Pull up. And release. Bring the hips back down. Good job. Good job. We'll do the same thing, and I want you to cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Oftentimes, the muscles of the perineum and core are stronger on one side than the other. So when we cross one leg over the other, we're working one side more, and then we change, we'll work the other side more. So here we go. Elbows down. Lift the hips. Breathing in, you will contract. Breathing out and pull up. Release. Breathe in. Contract, breathe out, and pull up. Release, breathing in. This might be harder than you think. One more time. Breathe out, contracting, and pulling up. Woo! Release. Uncross. And let's do the other side. Left ankle over the right thigh. Elbows into the floor. Lifting up. Here we go. Let's just breathe in first. Now begin contracting. Whoop, and breathe out. Pull everything up. Breathe in, release. Breathing out. Contracting and pulling up. Breathe in, release. Here comes the last one. Contracting, breathing out, and lifting. Ay, ay, ay. Release, bring the hips down, uncross. Good. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide, and just relax for the moment. Letting go. We're going to be doing 2 more bridges. The first one will be in this position, frog bridge with pulses. And the last one will be our classic yoga bridge where we hold in an isometric contraction. Ready? Soles of feet together, press them together hard, lift your hips up, feel the contraction in the hips and the glutes. Elbows can be pushing into the floor, and we'll pulse. 10, 9, squeeze tight, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, stay with it, 3, 2, and 1. Let everything come down slowly. Lift your knees up. Bring your feet apart, but keep your knees together to relax here just for a moment. Now bring your knees in hip width. The knees and the feet are aligned hip width. Elbows into the floor, squeeze the shoulder blades, and raise your hips for your half bridge pose. And hold in this isometric contraction. Taking deep, slow breaths. Be sure that your hips and your knees and your feet are perfectly aligned. That's going to keep the joints in a healthy position. One more deep breath in. And breathe out. Raise your arms over your head. Lower the back, one vertebra at a time. Very, very, very slowly. That's it. And once the back is all the way down on the ground, stretch your legs onto the ground. Reach your arms far behind you, point your toes. And then we're going to be doing the banana. Open your right leg out to the side. Bring your left leg to join your right leg, okay? And then both palms together, reach your arms to the right. So you draw like a banana on the floor. You can turn your head to the right. Hands and feet are both going to the right. Feel the stretch down the side body. Super good. Step your feet back onto the mat. Come back to center. Now bring your left leg off the mat, over to the left. Right leg joins it and bring your arms to the left for the other side banana. Lengthen out the belly at the same time. This is actually some very good work for the belly. Step your feet back onto the mat and lift both knees up to the chest now. Rocking from side to side. Get a good massage into the low back. Breathing deeply and slowly. We're going to let go. All right. Keep your right knee against the chest. Stretch your left leg onto the floor. And see if you can get the knee and the toes to point up to the sky. So when the left leg is stretched, this is going to affect a deeper muscle called the psoas. Flex your right foot and stretch the leg to the sky. Make a big circle with the right foot. Change the direction of the circle. And flex your foot. So now we're getting into some stretching exercises. And this also is restorative. It helps to restore the body to a neutral position, also neutral with the joints. Pull the leg towards you. See if you can keep curve in the low back, okay? Because if you pull the leg towards you and you let your hips curl under, you lose the stretch down the back of the leg. You really want to focus the stretch in the back of the leg by keeping a neutral back. Now we're going to bend the knee, and I want you to grab the inside of the leg, okay? Let your left arm go out to the left, and let your right leg go out to the right. With the knee bent, just let it open up. If you feel okay, you get a little stretch on the inner thigh, you want to go farther, you could stretch the leg straight. If you can also grab the big toe and stretch the leg straight, you could do that too. Find what works for you, either holding the inner thigh, holding the leg, holding the foot, left arm on the floor, left shoulder down, and the left glute touches the floor. Rebend the knee. Now let the knee fall over to your left. And reach your right arm out to the side. Here we've got our classic spinal twist. Good. Let's roll all the way onto our left-hand side. Grab a hold of the right ankle and push the knee behind you. So you get a stretch down into the quadriceps and the hip flexor. If it's too much to grab the ankle, you could just push the foot behind you. You still get a stretch. Bring the right knee to the right shoulder and roll gently back onto your back. Knees bend up towards the chest, rock from side to side. Good. Let's keep the left knee up against the chest, stretch the right leg on the floor. Be sure that the right knee and toes point upward towards the sky. Flex your left foot and stretch the left leg to the sky. Keeping curve in the low back for the moment. Just circle the foot. Very gently, easy movement. Change the direction of the circle. Flexing your foot now. Pull the leg towards you, keeping curve in the low back. You want to focus the stretch on the back of the leg. Deep breaths. Rebend the knee. Grab either the inner thigh or at the ankle, or if you want, the big toe. Open your right arm to the right as you stretch your left leg out to the left. Keeping both glutes touching the floor, bring the right shoulder down as well. So it really gets that crisscross opening and mobility into the chest, the shoulders, as well as the belly, hips, and the legs. Rebend the knee. Let your knee now go over to the right. Left arm stretches out to the left. You can have both arms stretching wide. Spinal twist. Rolling all the way to your right hand side, right arm underneath the head. Grab a hold of your left ankle and push it behind you, or you can simply push the foot behind you. It still gets the stretch into the quads. Good. Perfect. We'll roll back onto our backs. Left knee towards the left shoulder. Roll back. Lift your feet. Grab a hold, either ankles or bottoms of the feet, coming into happy baby pose. Think about lengthening your back on the floor. Pull the knees wide. And then releasing. Wrap your arms around both knees. Rock a bit from side to side. Now let's lift the head, nose between the knees. Gently lower your head onto the floor. One leg at a time, stretch your legs onto your mat. Hands can come onto the belly. Let your upper belly rise and expand while keeping the lower belly stable, please. No pushing down into the lower belly. You want to have an expansion at the upper belly and then a full release. Let's do that again. Your lower fingers, your pinky fingers, should make sure that the lower belly stays strong and the upper belly moves. Okay? I know this is a little bit different from what I've been teaching before, where we expand the whole belly, but we really want to make sure that the perineum stays strong and locked. So it's mainly the upper belly that moves along with the lower ribs. From here, we're going to be doing some breathing retention, which not only relaxes the nervous system, but it also helps the body in its uptake of oxygen. So at your next breath in, hold your breath inside. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently breathe everything out and just let the breath come and go. Next breath in. Retain the breath and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe everything out. Breathing naturally, just let it go. Next breath in. Feel the upper belly expand, holding the breath. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, stay with it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Breathe it out, breathing naturally. Allow your feet and your legs to relax and soften. The hands and the arms relaxing and softening. The hips all the way up to the shoulders, front and back. Relax and soften. Neck and throat. Jaw, cheeks, around the mouth, around the eyes, eyebrows and forehead, softening. Feel as if a warmth from the earth rises up against the back of your body. And fills you. With warmth, security, and calm.
Begin to move your fingers and your toes. When you're ready, raise your arms over your head and stretch from fingers to toes. Lengthen out your body. And then gently raise the knees up to the chest and squeeze them against your chest. Good. Rock if you wish. And then roll all the way onto your right-hand side. Now this is important, ladies. It's actually also for your perineum. When you lift from the side, breathe out and pull your lower belly upwards and inwards. So lift and breathe out as you lift. Good. Come to a seated position. And let's rub our hands together. Bring your hands over your face, gently tapping around the eyes. Let's shake our hands out. We'll do that one more time. Good. This time, rub your hands together. And I want you to just place your hands, your fingers on either side of the cheek, just at the jaw, and make some circles with your hands. You're going to feel that it pulls the skin over the mouth and even over the cheeks, maybe even over the nose, and perhaps even at the lower eyes. And this is a kind of muscular massage, but also affects the lymph in the face, and it can be very relaxing, very nice for your face. And then we're just going to take the thumbs and the index fingers, and I want you to pinch gently down towards your chin 3 times. Go from your jaw and pinch down towards the chin. This is increasing circulation. One more time. Gently pinch. And then we'll shake the hands out, and hands come to your heart center. Wishing you all a lovely, lovely afternoon. Thanks for joining. Namaste. Take care, everybody.